I think this matter is a bipartisan issue, and I thank the House for coming to a consensus for us to debate this matter. Honorable Speaker, my points are few. I don't want to take much time. I believe the first issue, Honorable Speaker, is that GMOs present a threat to our local farmers. And Honorable Speaker, I find it strange that even the members from Rift Valley would agree to importation of GMOs knowing they would be the biggest casualties in such an issue. I also wonder, why would we be adding more fertilizer to farmers if we are bringing in GMOs? Clearly, there is some confusion being brought forth by the government. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, the issue of substandard food has been alive in this country. During the COVID period, Honorable Speaker, we had rice that was being boiled for about 2 hours. This rice was distributed in my constituency. I saw it myself, and very many people rejected it. This is a risk that we cannot accept, Honorable Speaker. The third issue, Honorable Speaker, is the issue of health. As has been stated by very many of my colleagues, there is the issue of cancer and other diseases, other chronic diseases that could come as a result of this GMO. We need to remember the costs of health in this country, the cost of treating cancer in this country. And this must be at the forefront of our government when we are talking about importation of GMOs. We have inadequate healthcare, especially here in Nairobi. As members, we are always contributing to Harambes to assist our constituents. And the issue of cancer is alive in this country. And therefore, we even talk about food that you microwave, that apparently it's not good. If we've gotten to that level, then we cannot ignore the science behind GMOs and what we've learned from the first world countries. Honorable Speaker, if we must import, and this is my final point, if we must import GMO, and the only reason would be to stave off hunger, it should only be a temporary solution if it must be done. And it's not that I'm saying it should be done, but if it must be done, we must stick to the standards that exist in Europe. If you walk into a shop in the United Kingdom, in the United States, in France, you can clearly see on the shelves which food is marked GMO and which one is what they would call organic. It's very clear. Are we going to give Kenyans these options? I highly doubt it. But if we must import, this must be a condition. Secondly, there must be the science behind each and every GMO product imported into this country. That is something that we cannot take for granted, because we've seen the adverse effects of GMO foods in other countries. The science behind it is there. So we cannot ignore this issue. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I want to support this motion, and kindly, we need this government, and more so the Minister of Trade, because he's a friend, he's a former colleague of this House, a politician. His statements that everyone dies is so reckless. And it even gives us the notion that he himself accepts that GMO food is unfit for human consumption. With that, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Thank you, and I support.
For Dr. Christine Ombaka, MP for Siaya County.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity.